Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to Faded Town, the number one Pokemon podcast in the world. These are facts. Pokestats that shit. Google it. Look that shit up in the library. Do what you gotta do. It's the truth. Um, I'm here without Carl this week. Dude's doing something. He's been asking to go to Dallas for like 6 weeks, and finally he decided he's gonna go. So now he's trying to prepare or something. But that doesn't stop the train from keep going, boys. We got another. Gotta say, this might be the best guest we've had all year. He multiple regional champion. He got top 4 at Worlds. He's looking at his Limitless. I have to scroll for like a week. All right, guys. We got Pedro Torres with us, boy. How's it going?
How's it going? All good.
Good.
Just come back from Bochum Regionals, and tomorrow I'm preparing the suitcase for Dallas Regionals. So
That's crazy. Like when I talked to you earlier, I asked you, or we talked, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm going to Dallas." I'm like, "Dude, you just got done with that. A week ago you were somewhere else. You're just
yeah.
on the move, man." So usually we always ask like, when it comes to people that do Pokemon this much, like, what do you do for work?
So I studied to be a teacher. So I'm a primary school teacher, but not working.
Okay.
So I had two degrees. I have a master, but when I finished my studies,
Mm-hmm.
is when I started to play Pokemon.
Okay.
So when I started that, I was good. I was having good results, and I decided to play the. I decided to play the competitive life when I started to do well, and for the future when I probably will be
You have a
older,
fallback.
I can change and I can just work as a teacher, for example.
Right,
So,
that's dope. That's cool. Like, it's a good thing you have that like fallback. I mean,
backup plan, yeah.
yeah, backup plan basically. There's a lot of people that they do Pokemon full time and then they end up going back to school. We had Finnegan Lynch on, and he's been doing Pokemon I think like 2 years, and now he's going back to school. And I think it's like it's also just not having Pokemon as your like main, like right now it's probably is your like main source of income, but like to know that
Mhm.
like if shit hits the fan, you're fine.
Yeah.
It probably helps your mental state, because I think about that. I'm like, fuck, what if I got good enough? I started doing this for a living, but like if the meta just shifts out of your, like if you just suck in some meta, like I don't want that to like be financially an
Mhm.
issue. So do you do like coaching and stuff, or you just stream?
So in the past, I did some coach. Everyone was really happy with that. So because I guess being a teacher helps to this
That's
part
true,
of stuff.
right?
So I stopped it like 1 year ago because I uh, wanted to try how is streaming in Twitch. That takes a lot of time. And normally, if
Right.
I play like every weekend a League Cup regional or something, normally weekdays like Monday to Thursday or Friday, I streaming. So it's really hard to coaching too because I need to help my parents at home. Helps with the family and stuff. So the free time I have right now, I coach, but I'm starting to thinking for the next season. I will try to go along or with a friend to another house, and then I will try to streaming and coaching because I will need.
Right.
We try to get more money to try to live not with my parents, but I live right now.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, I
I guess
think
I would.
like it's a I mean, you're doing what you love right now,
Yeah.
and um, obviously everybody would love your coaching because looking at your Limitless is just
Mhm.
insane. Speaking of Limitless, you actually are sponsored by them, correct? You're on their team.
Yeah, I'm the team. My sponsors right now are Car Market. They give me like money to give to spend in card market, and we have Ultra Pro. They
Okay.
give us really
Prodigy.
good pros like sleeves, and not only sleeves, like
Cool.
the dress, like the shirts and stuff. We had for the first time in Bochum like a really cool jacket, so that's really
Really?
nice.
That's dope. Like
Yeah,
you don't see
I
that
guess
a
I have it
lot.
here. I guess I
You
have it
have it?
here. I can show you. Yeah,
Oh,
so
we got the first look, boys. That's what's up. Let's see this.
yeah, it's like
Ooh. Oh, that's
limited.
sick.
It's really good. Yeah.
And Ultra Pro went all in on that. That's sick.
So yeah, that's our two sponsors we have right now. So we're really happy with that. Like they
Right?
help me to have a better competitive life.
That's
So
sick.
that's
That's
really
like that's really good. Like whoever runs Limitless is on top of that. They have good relationships with their sponsors, I guess, and
yeah.
to see that type of like effort put out by a sponsor, you don't see that a lot. You just don't, which is really dope.
Yeah.
So like how did you and Limitless hook up? Like they've seen
So
your match history and just like, all right, we gotta have this guy for sure.
So it was funny because when I started to play and I started to do well, people start to know me like, oh, this guy from Spain, this new, playing well, seems a good guy. And for me, for example, I remember once that Philip Schulz talked me for a tournament like, hi, I'm Philip. What do you think about Volcanion for this tournament? And I was like, Philip is talking to me, like a big
Right?
fan. And when we started to talk and stuff, we hanging out for in a tournament. I guess they thought I was a really good guy. So at one point they just told me like, what do you think about about joining us? Seems really you're a really good guy and stuff. And yeah, definitely
That's
that's how
basically how it went.
they
That's what's up. That's like
yeah.
because we talk about it a lot on here, where like a lot of teams are pretty fake and they suck, but when it comes down to it, like Limitless and like DDG are like the staples of like
Mhm.
teams that actually, even though DDG doesn't isn't under one brand anymore, but that group of people is just DDG, and they've made a entity of themselves as a staple of how a team should be ran. And
Yeah, Limitless, we always focus on Limitless that we all accept people that is for us it's more important to be our friends and to be a good guy in the like playing or not playing, like in both
right,
ways. Like that you have a good attitude in the game and with friends.
yeah,
That's more important more than the results. So it's like a mix. So that's
yeah,
really important because we have a really good environment in the team.
yeah. I feel yeah. You guys kind of do it where you see DDG, which is this year's been a little different, but last year it was a big like meme kind of like you have four guys or five guys sitting off by themselves, and everyone else is just looking at them like, oh, okay. Where they found a lot of success, but Limitless also finds a lot of success, and obviously they do. You guys do keep your decks secret, but you're not. It's not as public secret, I guess. It's not. You don't see you guys in a group in public where like no one wants to come hang out with you, but
Yeah.
you guys are a lot. You guys were friendly. You guys figured it out, but DG's doing that now. I think a lot of those guys have realized that being the negative person in the community or someone that you don't want to be around is not fun, and people are having a lot more fun now, and I think you guys kind of showed them that way.
Yeah.
Um, let's dial it back, and how did you even start playing this game? Period.
So I was always collecting cards. Like I remember collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards when I was a child, because my mom and my dad always bought cards for me, like in my birthday, like Christmas and whatever.
Okay.
So I was collecting cards. I remember collecting like organizing the cards for like type and HP. So it was like this is the best HP grass Pokemon, then the second one, and then I realized that like there is a sets, so I changed to ordering them for sets. So one day when I was like 2012, 2013, I was like 21, 22 years because I'm right now 28. Uh, a friend from Barcelona told me like that because he collected too, so he told me like, do you know that there is a
You can
game with
play
these
with
cards?
this?
I was like, no idea, you know. So he teach me how to play the game in the old TCG online, like program. I started to have fun playing it, so I was like collecting and playing. Then I started to realize that I could be good and I enjoyed the game, and the people in my community was really nice. So that's how we started to play the game. Yeah, I
Well,
remember that my friend gave it to me like the Blastoise Keldeo in TCG Online,
okay.
like the entire deck. Like he told me like you can test this entire deck. So that was my first deck and how I start to play. Yeah.
That's up. So, um, when did you decide you're gonna start playing like competitively? Like you're gonna jump into going to regionals and
Yeah, so I
doing
remember
that.
I'm in 2013, 14, we didn't have organized play in Spain, so we didn't have
Okay.
championship points at all. And I
Uh-huh.
remember in 2015, I heard there was the All Regionals. The All Regionals, there was a regional on Portugal that
Okay.
is close to my home. That regional in Portugal is close to my home. So I asked to my parents if we can like drive, we can
Okay.
like drive to them. So they helped me because they went with me driving to the tournaments, like that Portugal tournaments. So I started to play the Portugal regionals, and I remember I won the first regional I played.
What? Holy
So
crap!
yeah, I remember I played Face Me Toad, Giratina. So I was like a quaking
Quickie
punch.
punch. Guaranteed it.
Hammers. It was really easy to
Uh,
play, so I won that regional. It was the first regional I
wow.
played. I said like, all right, maybe I'm
A
better than I
prodigy?
seem in that game. And I remember I qualified for Worlds only playing regionals in Portugal because we didn't have even league challenge.
Okay.
So I qualified for San Francisco just playing Portugal regionals, and then in 2016, I guess in March, we started to have league challenge. So
You're like,
yeah,
yes.
when I had good results in Portugal regionals, they were so small, like 30 people. But it's like maybe I can compete in a better level. And the final step to like deciding to competitive Pokemon Live was when I top eight at the London and champion in the Oceania.
Yeah,
So
Melbourne, yeah. That's
mm,
crazy. So you're talking, you've literally been playing competitively for since what, like 2015,
yeah, more or less.
2016.
Yeah, more or less 15.
And
Yeah,
you
more
just
or less.
go in 2016. Let me just read off what
Yeah.
is on here. You got Liverpool, you got 19th. London International, 7th. Sheffield Regional, 6th. You won Melbourne Internationals, and then you get top 32 at Worlds, and that's what your second Worlds appearance.
Yeah,
And
second
like
worst. Yeah.
that's insane, dude. Like so you get done with that year. Is that when you decide you're like, you know what, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at this. Because then you go straight into 2017 and you didn't skip a beat. You Liverpool third.
Yeah, it was my first year, I guess. I was like 20,000 or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You hit $13,000 in your first year. Then you hit
And then
19,000
20,000.
in your
Yeah,
next year. Which I want to look at this year because also I want to jump into this too because
sure.
when you look at your 2016 2017, we notice this a lot when a lot of top players is you stuck to one deck.
Hmm.
And is that like something you like religiously believe is really good to do? Because like in your 2017 2018 you were Zorak plus some type of fighting for the
Yeah.
longest period of time and killing it. So when you do go to deck choices, are you working as a team, you guys decide this is good, or did you go Volcanion has done really well for me, I'm just gonna keep making it work until it doesn't work?
So normally I'm a player that needs a lot of time to test one deck. It's really hard that I can pick a deck without testing and do well because I feel better when I know how every matchup works.
Okay.
So normally I choose a deck even if it's not the best and try to perfection the deck with all the matchups and stuff. That's why first year really competitive. I do well with Volcanion because Volcanion was like maybe the tier 3 or tier 2 because it lost to the 3 most popular deck like Greninja, Yveltal Garbodor, and Mega Mewtwo, but I still continue playing the deck because I knew that even if they are bad matchups, I know how to beat them. So the next year was the same with Zoroark. I like a deck. I try to play a deck and try to perfection the deck.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so normally I started to like a deck and try to test it a lot. So it's really hard that I change to another deck even if it seems better. That's why, for example, with Pikasek, I started to play Pikasek and like it, or Zapdos Jolteon. This year is the same with ADP. I started to play ADP when the set release, and I just continue playing the deck, and I really feel well. Yeah, it's really hard that I change drastically the deck. So that's how my way to work, and it's doing
It's successful.
fine.
And
Yeah, successful.
if anything that anyone takes from this podcast, like that's one of the most consistent things that has come with these top players is they take a deck, even if it's not the best deck,
Yeah.
and they learn it, and they're able to beat those bad matchups because they know the matchup better than the person that just picked up that deck and is trying to figure it out.
Yep.
But I do think it's really funny that you went Zoroark all year, and then you're like, Rayquaza, boys. Rayquaza, fourth. Here we are.
That story is really funny because I was in Zoroark all the season, and then Zoroark for Worlds. So my pick was Zoroark Garbodor or Zoroark Lycanroc for that Worlds.
It has to be.
My brother, in his first year's master, played day one. He was like 15 years old. His first year's master. He played Rayquaza because I said to him like, play the fast deck, play a deck that you can win or lose, like no ties.
Quick, yeah.
So play Rayquaza, and I was thinking there is no way he can make it 2 because it's his first year master. He's still not that experienced and stuff. And I said to myself, if my brother makes day 2, I will play the same deck than him. Because I thought there was no way he can get it. And suddenly he was like 6-2, like 6-2.
That's hilarious.
And it was like that Saturday night, I was like, all right, guys, I need a Rayquaza deck. because my Rayquaza deck, my brother has it. So I was like, guys, I need a Rayquaza deck.
Someone get me some cards.
Yeah, and then Fabian Pujol and Fran Persic were testing the Rayquaza with puzzles, and they said me, play this list. And my first game with the deck was round 1. Go to top 4. So it's like sometimes you feel, that you shouldn't do that. You should play the deck that you tested. But sometimes you feel it. Sometimes you can't explain how you ended doing something, but it's like, it's a feeling that you have that you can't explain. So that was happening with Rayquaza, I guess.
That's what's up. Because it's so prevalent. Like you look at it, you're like, this guy's just Zoroark all day, and then something happened. Something happened. I know Rayquaza was strong, but like Zoroark's always been strong, so something had to go down here. But top 4, I mean, that's got to be insane. Because like, what is this year? Third world? Oh no, second worlds. Oh no, third worlds, right?
Yeah. I made day 1 in San Francisco. I didn't advance, and then I'm one of the only 2 guys that made top 32 or better in the 3 last years. So only Gustavo Wad and me make top 32 at Worlds or better in the last 3 years. I made top 32 at the Anaheim, top 4 at the Nashville, and top 32 in the this year.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Because like, I mean, as someone that plays, like your whole end goal is like, let me get that fucking Pikachu trophy. Let me get you see that shit in the case, and you're like, I want that.
That's my goal. That's my goal.
That's what's up.
Like even if I never win worlds, you know, even if I never win
Dude,
worlds, I have this boy with me.
that thing's dope.
That's the best feeling.
It's got to be, because like as a TCG player, that's all you really want. As soon as the first time I went to Worlds in Anaheim. I think it was my first Worlds I went
Yeah.
to. I seen that trophy. I'm like, I gotta get one. I gotta figure it out. I gotta get one. You know.
Even if I never win worlds, I'm happy.
You have to be, right? That's so dope. And like, there's so many players that play for so long that really want that, and you're like, I got that. 3 years, boys. I'm in there and I'm out. Which is insane. Like you're almost like, to not call you a prodigy is kind of funny not to say that. Even though like you're older, but you picked up this game super quick, and
Yeah.
I think you just have. You're very smart. You have a master degree, and you're
It happened to me too that I played chess on
okay.
chill.
That
Yeah,
that
I played chess all my life. Like when I started with 4 years until like I started Pokemon,
yeah.
and that helped to me to the focus and stuff. I guess
Right.
really.
It has to. That game is very. This game's pretty much like chess, but there's other elements, but
You need to think about the play, like what is gonna happen.
you need to
in
be
three
ahead.
rounds.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Like most players know they're gonna lose. If I don't end you right here to nothing, I'm gonna lose in about 2 turns here, boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sick. I think, and then it just doesn't stop for you. Your last year was like 5th. You got 1st at a special event, top 32 at Worlds. You got top 16 at the internationals, NAIC. Which, oh yeah, you had one of my cards in your deck, so I think that's why you did it. You did so well. It makes sense. Yeah, fucking Bill's like, I need a card. I can't tell you what it is. I was like, I'm gonna just look at my binder. And then he's like, all right, got it. I was like, this. And then I'm like, look at my binder. I'm like, playing a Nanu? A Nanu? All right. I was like, okay, we'll do that. That's funny. But then you jump, like, you told me about the fucking checkmate, vroom vroom, fucking
That was
dude.
insane. Yeah.
That when you sent me that list, I played that for the first like up to Worlds, and like that shit is by far the best deck I've ever played in my life.
Super
Like,
fun. When you get the combo, it's like super
oh my
fun.
god, the combo, and it blows people's minds. And I was like, I'm just gonna try to play it. I started playing it with
Super
like,
fun.
I tried to take it over to NAG, brought it to the Nashville Open, and like, if I wouldn't have tech so hard, I swear that deck would have won that Nashville Open. But it is what it is. But that combo is insane. To this day, it's the best combo. The Jirachi Prism Star. Like it would have been so dope if you guys would have played that. Even though Zap Beast is
Yeah, almost. It was because the mag was really good, but
yeah,
almost. If like Zapdos Beast wasn't that popular, we probably prefer
right. If Zap Beast didn't win, what was it, like those two like
exactly.
League Cups?
Like
right
I was
before
the
that?
only one guy that I stopped them to play that version. I was like, we need mag.
We can't
I mean,
beat
like
that.
I know it's funny. I know Mr. Mindjirash is funny, but we need mag to beat this kind of deck. Then if I didn't say anything, we will play that version. But
Yeah, I guess it was better because I don't know, man. I think you should have played it, but it is what it is. I also want to look at, because when you look at your last year, you go into Worlds and you jump on the Charizard Reshiram. Is that straight just like a power creep that is just too much damage and the HPs were too high to not play that?
yeah, well, for these worlds, we like in the bootcamp, we like everyone was hyped with greens, Regisar, Malamarth, kind of decks like that. And then we saw like, all right, we want a deck, the Wahikyo stuff, hitting well that is broken. Ninetales is a infinite catcher, Victini with the Wahikyo tag teams. So and Super Scuba were only like for Malamar. It was super hype at that.
Yeah.
And the Japanese guys playing Gardevoir was super good matchup for us too. I guess it was a really, really good call because the surprise factor of the Ninetales version that people expected the greens, and the surprise factor of Victini KO tag team from nowhere.
That's true. Like everyone was saying, like abilities are trash. Like can't do anything.
Everyone. And we were like,
Everybody.
crazy. This is the day was like we beat everything.
Yeah. Like everybody. Abilities are just trash. Greens are it's trash too, but it's better than abilities are. Blah blah blah. And then, what is your 60 pretty much is the same as Torres pretty much?
I guess 59, 58.
59. Yeah. So
He,
and
he
then
played like one
Yeah.
more Irachi and one less Acrobat. Yeah.
Yeah, but same deck basically, and like that deck was once people seen it on stream when he got as far as he did, and they're like, oh, the fucking genius is here, boom. But that really tells like it's teamwork, right? You guys, he didn't. I mean, he gets all the credit. Don't get me wrong. You get the fan when you get that far, you're getting all the credit, but. Limitless, you guys all came out and you guys fired on that deck and it was sick.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
it won Latin America, so can't be. It won Latin America some.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
So can't be bad.
Can't be bad. Yeah, do you go? I don't know. Do you go to a lot of? Because you're going to Dallas this week. Do you go to a lot of American regionals?
It's my first one. It's my first regionals. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was supposed to say. I'm like, I'm looking at your thing. I'm like, you either suck at American regionals or you don't go to them. So this makes a lot of sense.
I asked Raul ready. I was like, all right, I want to go, to have fun. To a regional tournament. Well, which one do you recommend me? And he said, "Bro, you need to go Dallas."
So, Dallas is the dopest one, I think. Yeah, it's his birthday too. That's probably he's very
exactly. We're gonna be a big party.
Yeah, it should be fun. Should be good times. And the venue, everything's in one place. It's one of the best. That's what's up. And I mean, you haven't stopped this year either. I mean, your finishes. How many? What regionals have you hit this year? 4?
We got Sheffield. I couldn't attend because I had a friend, a wedding friend.
Okay.
So
basically, everything you've hit, everything you hit is it 3rd, 7th, 12th, 4th? Is that where you're at right now? Have you done bad this year?
Like wedding was important. So like friends are the first, right?
Yeah.
So then I attended the special event of Paris,
Paris.
Regional from Cologne and regional from Bochum. So I did top 4, top 8, and top 16 the international.
Yeah, not too bad, dude. Not too bad. But that's crazy. Just to think that a couple years ago you weren't playing this game, and now you're sitting here and it doesn't look like you can play bad, and like even going into, because we did this podcast like all last year, and we had this whole event where we had each guest like pick top 3 players they think will do good at Worlds. I would say almost 75% of people had you on their top 3 list. And I'm like, let me check this guy out. Check it out. I'm like, oh, this all makes sense. He can't be, it doesn't look like he ever plays bad. And like, speaking to you and with the chess background and with master degree, I think like everything just looks like it. You're just piled up into one crazy prodigy here. It's insane.
It's a really good life. So I do what I love. Like sometimes it's stressful for sure because I'm traveling almost every weekend by car, by plane, by train.
Right.
The stress of the travels and stuff. So everything is not beautiful, but for sure the life is really good. But sometimes when you travel so much, I need some relaxed time too. For example, in Christmas, I was 20 days without playing, without nothing, because you need to like recover energies for the next tournaments. Because I'm old and I need to, chill sometimes too.
right?
But yeah, I work so much, like playing, reading articles, like play testing, theory on. So yeah, every free time I have, like code, like testing, streaming. So yeah, I guess I can get good results because I train a lot. Like it's not only like talents, it's like you need to work so much. You need to have a good mind in the game because sometimes you can have a bad results or bad like performance, but you need to continue playing. Accept that the luck is a factor of the game. That sometimes you're unlucky and you need to accept it. And even if you lose for bad luck, you need to see if you could play better that game. You know. So in every game, for sure, you can play a better, micro decision. So that's how you improve. Don't because a lot of people focus on, I was bad luck with the
A
I didn't
matchup.
hit anything or I hit bad matchups. You shouldn't focus on that because it's like you are not focusing on the important. The important stuff is like, okay, I hit a bad matchup, I was bad luck, but I need to think if I could play better that game because maybe that micro decision that you make cost you the game later because you didn't think the deck or you did a bad Guzma or whatever, So that's the important part. And try to improve always, even if you win or lose, try to improve and don't focus on the bad luck. That's a part of the game and we need to accept it.
Right? I like that. I like that thought process. Like every loss is a learning experience, basically.
Yep.
Even and when you go into a bad matchup, it's not, oh, I lost. It's okay. Let me try to play the best I can play,
Yeah, exactly.
and you could maybe pull this off. That's
Mhm.
what's up. Um, I wanna touch on um, seeing how good you do and whatnot. Um, do when like the night before, there's a build up. There's a build up to each regional for you or each event for you. And
Mhm.
do nerves and stuff ever get to you? Is this like you're sitting here, you're with your team, you're working, um, you've worked how many hours on something, and then it's time to perform the night before. Like, do you get nervous? Are you so zoned in you're fine, or do people suck and you just know you're gonna win?
So normally, I remember when I played my first unofficial national because we didn't have competitive play in Spain. So we had like nationals but not officials.
Okay.
I remember when I got to top eight that we played like day one Saturday and top eight on Sunday. I remember that night I couldn't sleep, and on Sunday I couldn't even breakfast
You're like, God, this is
because okay, one second, that my connection is so. One second,
no worries.
needs some seconds. Okay, now uh, I remember that Sunday I couldn't even breakfast because I was so nervous. Like I'm in top eight, and it was even no point. It was like an official nationals. Probably if you do well or bad,
Right.
but more time it passed, and with the spirit of chess that I played so many international chess tournaments when I was a child. I play a lot of nationals when I was like 10, 12, 14, whatever. So I guess I'm used to, to that kind of pressure in important games. So thanks to the chess tournament. So
Right.
normally I'm not nervous, and more time it passed, like I can play better, I guess, the important games like win an inning, top eight, top four, or even a finals of a big tournament. So I guess I'm a really tempered person. Like I really, I can get that stuff really really well without not big problems. So normally I like try to sleep a lot. It's really important to sleep before a tournament because you will be like 9 rounds, like all day playing, probably without lunch break. So normally, yeah, I just play like if I'm playing in a local, like even if it's a regional international wars, in my mind, I try to not think, okay, I need to do well. No, I just play how I know how to play. Like if I'm at home with a pajama playing TCG or at locals playing with friends or testing. So I try to have the same mentality playing even if it's worse
That's
because it's
cool.
how you are gonna be more relaxed and play better.
Yeah. I
With
think.
no pressure. With no pressure. If you do
Yeah.
well, if you do well, if you do bad, it's fine. It's a game. It's not the
It's
important.
up to the will. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
that's what's up.
important in your life. It's just a game. So you need to enjoy the game. If you, I have so many friends that put a lot of pressure in them, and then they don't enjoy the game. They always think I can't do well because it's a big tournament, or I can't do well because I face a good player, or like this all or nothing. Nah, just play if it's in locals. Just play.
Right.
That's,
I like that. I like that mindset because we've had multiple people on here, and even Jesper Eriksson has said that like these big names, like he'll go to a tournament, and he'll hit like three big names in a row, and he's just like so frustrated, like, and it's like, oh, I can't win, blah blah blah. But it seems like he needs to take a stab at your
yeah.
book because you got that mindset of like it's a game, let's have fun here, and it works, and I think you're doing well. Um, with the lead up is I feel like you have a bigger approach to the game than most people. So when you go into kind of the week into a regional, is there like this preparation change, or you just consistently I'm streaming, I'm doing this, or a weekend you're like okay, fill up, Tord, let's all meet up, let's do this. Is there a different approach when you get into the week of the regional?
Normally, yeah, we normally I test every day on TCG online. Sometimes with Thor, sometimes with like Nico or whatever,
Yeah.
because Robin and Philip don't test too much. They do more theory on, but yeah, normally my partner testing is Thor.
Okay.
So normally we play with each other or just ladder on TCG online to see different decks. Normally, like every day we have every day we try to train something at least a little. Before a big tournament, normally the week before, and try to train more and try to close the possible list. So I guess it's like a plus before the tournament. Like we try to focus more and try to train more before a big tournament, but
Right.
not too much. I guess
Too
we are
much.
just consistent. We are consistent, and if we don't have tournaments, like next tournament is in 1 month, we still try to train every single day
That's what's up.
because uh, I guess being consistent. I guess being consistent is the best part to success. Like, it's a lot of people like when there is no tournaments, they just go like, all right, I can chill for 2 months because the next tournament is gonna be like in 3 months. But I guess we just continue playing every single day, try new ideas, try new decks, try different approach, how to approach this matchup.
Without a pro, yeah, I agree with you. I think that comes with. I think if you take it as much as serious as anything else, like sports wise, like I grew up playing baseball. If you you played baseball year round, there was no break. It was just like nonstop, do 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 do, and like if you did take time off, that just diminished you. It wasn't. There was no like oh, it's winter, so we're just gonna chill for this winter. Well, if you chill, someone else ain't chilling. Someone else is performing. So
Yeah,
I think you with that approach, I think you're right. A lot of people don't take that approach, and they also don't have the limitless you have. So
yeah, that's true.
you're doing something, and I think you need more recognition too. And I think with Pokemon being taking control of a lot more regionals and the game growing, I think people like you are gonna start shining. And
Yeah, let's see.
yeah, we'll see. And I think it'll be good because um, I know they do the spotlights and stuff, and Tord got one.
Mhm.
You have to get one. Like people like you need the recognition, especially because you're doing this full time. I mean, you don't need anything, but if you're gonna put a face on this game, someone that takes it as serious as you should be there. It's
Yeah.
and it's insane, and what you're doing is needs the recognition. I know everyone respects you. I think the hardcore players like the Azuls and the people in the community know who you are, and they obviously know you're an amazing player. But anyone coming into this game should know who you are, and I think with time, that's only going to be it's gonna happen.
It's a matter of time. Like more time it pass, more people is knowing me, more people is like, like, oh, this guy, like it's like probably if I live in America, like Azul, I will be more recognized because in America, like the game is the bigger in the world.
Yeah.
So like the community, and so being from Spain is like different. But if I were from America, I were more known and stuff like.
Right.
Azul, yeah, it's a matter of time, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like your average player. If I showed an average player this Limitless and didn't have a name on it, they would pick Azul or something. Azul. But I mean, over time, when this game's gonna grow, like we've established that it's gonna grow. Pokemon's putting some effort into it, even though I think a lot of that effort is trying to be directed towards VGC, but we'll take the aftershock. We'll take the aftershock, which indirectly will grow this game, and it's pretty dope. When I want to talk about Dallas now, because after you saying it's your first regional here, also in Europe, they don't play expanded. So so like your approach is you have to be in like a whole new world now. You're like you're playing 3D chess now.
It was funny because we only had one expanded tournament like 2 years ago, and I won that.
Dude, I swear, you coming into Dallas right now and just take this tournament down? You're a monster. You're a god.
We don't have any expanded tournament, and the last we had was like a regional in Germany. I won, but for example, now for Dallas, I didn't test anything because I didn't have time because I had the Bochum regionals. I mean, I'm going Dallas just for fun and having fun with the Raul party.
Right.
The stuff is like I need to play English cards and I don't have English expanded cards, so I will play whatever someone give it to me. That's my plan.
If you want Lucario, I have 2 copies. I will bring that. You can just boom. Win the tournament.
Whatever they give it to me, I will be fine. Yeah,
that's what's up. I think that's a different approach. Like it's kind of weird for you, right? Because usually you go into a tournament with preparation and you've worked so hard to get this far, and then this one you're like, nah, fuck it, let's see what happens. And like a lot of people do that normally. So like
it's gonna be unlikely that I will make it too, but if I made it, I made it. If not, it's fine. Like I'm going for the
vacation kind of. Let's have fun. I like that, and I think that's dope. I think it's
I told to Raul like I don't have expanded English cards, so whatever you give me, guys, I will play whatever deck. So it's fine. I will try to read the cards like while playing, like what this card does.
Right. Dang, it's so different because weird. Like Carl, he doesn't like expanded because he doesn't know what the cards are. But you're kind of good. I mean, you played a long time. I mean, you didn't play all the way back to black and white, but yeah, there are a lot of cards in the format.
I started with Bone that is crossed.
Yes.
And the other cards, more or less, I know what to do, what they do. There is a lot of cards that I have no clue.
Yeah, when you hit that, like, I mean, sure, I'm sure, like, the top decks, but there will be some crap that you're like...
Yeah, that I will read the cards for sure.
For sure. But at the end of the day, you'll be fine. Yeah. You'll be fine. It'll be fun, man. Before I wrap this up, I wanna touch, like, what's your end goal here? Is this, like, are you just going to keep playing until you just get tired of playing? Or... like you play until you win worlds, or like, what's going on here?
For sure, the dream is winning worlds. Like, but even if I don't get it, I will be happy because I guess I'm hard trying like all these years. So sometimes even if you don't get a result or a success, it's better to have the feeling that you work so much to try to get it, even if you don't get it. So I guess you need to keep it that feeling like I should be happy because even if I don't get the dream, because it's really hard for sure. Need to think about the positive way. Positive way is like all the way along, all the years, all the tournaments, all the experience. So I will be happy with that. So my mind is like try to continue playing. If Pokemon continue with the same structure, like money and stuff, that I can, try to continue traveling with that money that I earn for tournaments and tournaments and tournaments, and living this new experience with every tournament until one day probably I will be becoming older and older, and I can't stand with that life. So I don't have a end future like programmed. So I guess it's gonna be a matter of time. One day probably I will be like, all right, I guess I
Alright,
can't
well, let's hang it up.
continue playing and competing on that level. So yeah, my plan is continue playing and
That's what's up.
living the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to a few people. I'm like, you think in 10 years it's just gonna be Raul, Pedro, me, Samcha, we still out here just playing? I was like,
Maybe.
maybe, because like I don't know. There are a lot of younger kids playing, but those numbers are pretty low compared to the people like us who are playing, and we're like, and it doesn't look like we're slowing down anytime soon. But I think it's dope. The game's fun, and even if I quit playing, it's like if there's a regional in California, like I'm in Las Vegas, California is 3 hours away.
Sure.
Like, man, we gotta. All the
We
boys are going. Yeah, we go there. It's like it's something. This game is like inbred in you. It's like outside of the game, even just the experience. Like even like I met you and everyone at NAIC last year, and we went out to dinner and we had good times, and it's insane. Like it's something that people take for granted, and they go to these tournaments and they don't do well, and they wish they did. But at the end of the day, you gotta have fun.
Yeah, that's the most important
That's the
part. I
most
remember
important.
this weekend in Bochum, we were at Philip home, like 10 people, and they only have like one bed and one sofa.
It's so
So we
fun.
were like half of the people was in the floor, like in the. And it was funny because we had a birthday party on Saturday for a limitless Lulu de Pikachu.
Okay.
So we prepared a big party, like big dinner and stuff. So the plan was going home to sleep because I needed to play the two. And we finished at 5:30 a.m. in a karaoke, singing Despacito in Germany.
Yeah.
So I played it too with like 2 hours of sleep, and Lydia, my manager, wake me up to play. If not, I will probably don't play it. It's like, Pedro, you need to play it too, because I was the only one in the room. No one was putting an alarm or something. Everyone was sleeping.
Right.
So I was super tired, but it was funny because the experience of the Saturday night, the karaoke, guys that you only see probably 3-4 times in a year only, the regional,
Right.
is the best part of this game. Like,
100%.
of course, competing is important, but if suddenly a night that you want to sleep at 10 p.m., suddenly you start drinking or whatever, and then at 5:30 a.m. in a discoteca, why not?
Right? It's like the game would suck if like all you did was play and you determined whether you had a good experience if you won or not, because like you would just stop playing because eventually you do bad and it sucks. But the people around you, you gotta surround yourself with good people. I always say that. Like sometimes I've sat in some shitty rooms. I've sat in some shitty rooms with people that have done bad and just decided they don't want to do anything the rest of the weekend. And it's like,
You just even if you do well or you do bad, you need, it's a game.
right? And like you traveled this far to let's go experience stuff.
Yeah, of course, everyone is sad when you lose, but okay, it's a game. You part this part and try.
I think you get the walk to the hotel room to be sad. Once you hit the hotel room, All right, let's figure out what we're really gonna do now
Yeah.
that this Pokemon shit's over. All right, let's have some fun. And like that's how it was at NAIC. I missed my winning in, and my walk back to the hotel room sucked. I was like, this fucking game sucks. Everything sucks. I get into the room. Sam's like, hey, we're going drinking. All right, let's go have fun. And I was like, it didn't even like,
Exactly.
like the whole weekend after that was just like, oh, I didn't even remember I played Pokemon. You know, I had so much fun, and you meet so many people.
People focus so much when they do bad. It's like the end of the world. It's like,
Right.
bro, it's like a game. Like we're
Yeah.
not here to have bad feelings. It's just a game.
Yeah, I think I get mad a lot too, but I've learned over time to. It just can't. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be upset because you do put in a lot of time and effort into something,
Yeah.
and then if you just go like 0-3, I don't know. Even if you go 0-3, you can't really be mad. Like you just it's fucking a bad day, dude. All right. But if you lose your winning in or whatever, it's okay to be mad. But you got to get over that quick. Like
Exactly.
you gotta.
Exactly.
It's okay. You
need
can't go
time.
back to the room and bring the whole energy down because
Exactly.
people came here to have fun at the end of the day. And like winning is fun, watching your friends win is fun. So like, but you losing, you can't just man, if I don't want to do nothing, I'm sitting this from like, and no one wants you in your room anymore. Like you gotta get somewhere. So at the end of the day, have fun. If you learned anything from this podcast, then Pedro's got this freaking mindset of consistency of playing everything and but at the end of the day we're having fun, you know. Do you got any like shout outs you want to do?
Yeah. So shout out to you for sure for having me.
Dope.
It was really fun to talk. Shout out to my team, Limitless TCG. Really good team, really good guys. Always fun. Check his website, guys. So
Everyone
really
uses
good.
it. I promote
Yeah.
that website more than anything. We use it
Really
on this
good resource.
podcast. Every
Really
player.
good.
So make sure like that website is insane. It's the best
Yeah.
resource, to be honest. It's not even close.
So yeah, shout out to my family too because I can play in a better way because they helped me. My mom helped me with the clothes because I need to wash them with the food, everything that I'm having at home. So for sure, my dad and my mom. Shout out to my sponsors. They helped me to have a better competitive life, like more comfortable. You can follow me, guys, on Twitter. That's my main social media. SININCHE, Sininchi.
It'll all be down there.
And I'm normally in my free time in weekdays because normally in every weekend I'm competing in League Channel, League Cup, or
Right.
regionals or major. So in my weekdays I normally stream like 2, 3, 4 hours every single day. My Twitch channel is Sininchi18, so it's like my Twitter but with the number 18.
I'll
So you can
leave
follow me
links below for every of that, dude.
Perfect. So
Oh,
normally I stream like with a really cool music, having fun.
Dude, your music's dope. Yeah, it's by far the most like if you just tune into a stream, I'm telling you, it's like it's got that party feel. You got the really good music going, and
I
you're having a
always
good
try
time.
like if you guys having a bad day and you watch stream, I always try to improve your day.
Right.
That's the goal, and that's why we try to stream to everyone having fun. So yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks again for coming on, man. But that's all we got for you guys this week.
Thank you.
I'll see you at Dallas.
Sure.
But for now, we're gonna scoop it up.